What are the typical terms you use when structuring these deals? Closing contingencies on certain milestones, such as preliminary plat approval, construction plan approval. Cody, what's your take on that? It's a good little question there.
So what contingencies do we use in our contracts? Things like preliminary plat approval, construction drawing approval?
What are some of the typical terms when we're structuring these deals?
Well, I'll first say whoever asked that question must be a little bit educated because they used some industry lingo there. So that's good. So maybe I should ask you because it sounds like you might already know. But first let's start off by, and whoever asked this question already knows this is the case, but for everybody else, realtors and agents, and I love y'all and we love working with you. And but 99% of agents don't know how these deals get done. They don't know how to price them. They don't know how to structure them. And so they'll try to use their standard forms and contracts that they have access through some online software that they use. And I'm going to tell you right now, those deals, those fill in the blank template PSAs are not structured for land deals. Okay. So that's the first thing I want to make sure very clear. This industry beats to its own drum, and these deals don't work at all like those standard contracts. So, and it's not to the fault of the agent. The reality is just there's just not education out there in this space. It's just there's not, and that's what's so fun about what we're doing here. So, I mean, there's all kinds of contingencies we put in our contracts. But I'll touch specifically. You talked about construction drawing approval and preliminary plat approval. And I will here again, I hate to keep throwing this out there, but in this program we've put together for you, we talk about all the key points you need to have in your contract on these deals. We lay it out for you of the things you need to make sure are in your contract. I mean, and which that right there is worth the course, worth more than what we're charging for this course. And that's just a blip on the radar of what's all in it. But here's this comes from some wisdom, and I still have to educate guys on this today that are in my space. If I'm going to pay, and here comes some meat and potatoes one-on-one stuff from Damascus, Oregon. If I'm going to pay for a diamond, I have got to make sure it's a diamond. And so in this case, if I'm going to pay you that type of money for the land, I got to make sure it's developable. And it's not, I don't know I can develop it until it gets approved, until it's an approved project. So if you want these types of values for the land, which are more what raw land, developable raw land sells for, anybody in our space that is somewhat educated, they're not going to close at that price on that land until that project is approved. And I will tell you, I own a piece right now that I closed without approvals. Okay. But here's why I closed on that without approvals. Because if you want me to close on your land quickly, you want me to close right away, typically more like a home transaction. So, a 30, 60-day close, I'll do it, but I'm going to pay as is value. So I'm going to pay what is it worth as is today as farmland or whatever. And so, and I'll do that. And that goes into our land holding division of our company, or land bank division, because it might be that I pay, 10, 20, 30 grand an acre for a piece that once it's developable, meaning I got it approved, and maybe even when I closed on it, I didn't even have utilities to it yet, right? But I knew they were on their way. But my point is that the upside for me is huge as far as if I close on it right away, as long as I'm getting it at farmland value. So yes, like preliminary plat approval, construction drawing approval, those are contingencies in our contract, because we won't pay the type of money we offer on these deals unless those approvals are in place. Because if for some reason I don't get it approved, all I have is farmland. Now, knock on wood, thank the Lord, I will tell you in 20 years, any project we've gone for approval on, we've gotten it. We've never not gotten a project approved, but I mean, not everybody has that track record, and we're very proud of it.